So this is Zero to Launch 3.0. Um, I've done this twice before last year, and this is the third iteration. And this is the challenge where you will build your first or your next product and launch it to the market in the next 30 days. In fact, you're going to start launching sooner than that. So um, I know what you're feeling. It's feeling a bit nervous. You don't know what to expect. So this is what today is about. Just share that screen with you again. So what we're doing today is the kickoff. So we're not actually going to be covering any. We're not going to be covering any content today. We're just going to go through how this challenge works, so you know where to find different things, and also we'll leave a bit of time for you to ask questions at the end. So the agenda for today, welcome, which is what we're doing now. I'll go a bit over the program outline so you know what's ahead of you. And actually, the first challenge email went through yesterday, which is about vision. What is it? What is your vision of the future that you want to build? So I would like to share my vision of the future I want to build, and also get you guys to share as well. I want to just run through what are the three biggest mistakes that I have seen with product launches. I have been in the online business for the last four years, and I've been both a consumer and also launched products and also helped clients launch products. And I want to share with you guys the three biggest mistakes so that you guys don't make them yourself. I'll give you an overview of the Zero to Launch framework. What is it about, and what will we be covering? And we're going to look at the onboarding to make sure you are setting yourself up for success. You did receive an email, so we'll go through that. Make sure you have got that done. And we'll leave plenty of time for Q&A. So anything about this program or about where you are at the moment in your business startup journey, and I'll be here to clear that up for you. And then we'll finish with next steps. Sounds good? Great. So I thought I'll start off by just sharing why Zero to Launch. Why have I built this? I got excited probably about 4 years ago when I clicked on a Facebook ad link and found myself down the rabbit hole of starting an online business. And after going through starting two small business myself, the traditional small businesses was a cafe, restaurant, a tutoring company, which did not work and was the opposite of the entrepreneurial dream. I saw the online business model was what I wanted to build. It had low startup capital. I didn't need to get into a lease and take out money for loans, and I can sell to the world through the internet and social media, and I can automate my processes so I can have that entrepreneurial dream of having freedom, abundance, and having impact. So, but I went in. I was convinced to hand over $5,000 for a year-long coaching program, but I was stuck immediately because it's like, what should I do? What business can I start? I'm just I worked in corporate most of my life, and my skills, I didn't really have a lot of skills outside of corporate, and I was quite a boring guy as well at that time, and I didn't really have any hobbies or anything that I was obsessed about. So I was stuck. I didn't know what niche I should go into, what sort of products I should launch in the marketplace. And that got me worried, and I felt I was falling behind with all the other people in the course, And yeah, I spent all this money and I was just losing time. So it wasn't until I just decided to pick a niche and I just went on with it. And that is the first lesson I want to pass to you guys today. If you guys are just starting out, you don't know what you want to do, or you're not quite sure of the niche that you picked, I would just say, just go for it. The clarity is going to come by you getting your idea, not having all the information, build something, and then put it in front of the your target audience. And that is how you're going to get clarity. And this is how zero to launch has been created. Okay. Does that sound? How does that sound? Good. All right. Just want to check everybody got the. Oh, Chris, you already let me know you didn't get the email. So you haven't signed up. You got the email or not yet? Okay. No worries. We'll get it. We'll get that to you. I got another person trying to sign in, so I'm gonna just get Chris, the other Chris. Share this link with him. Yeah. So I made a couple of stuff ups today with sharing the wrong link. And they're why am I not? Yep. So hopefully Chris, Bestie will be able to jump on soon. Yeah, I shared the wrong link, and yesterday I had the wrong date on the thing. So these sort of thing will happen, and this is the philosophy of zero to launch. Often we stop ourselves because we overthink. We don't think we're good enough. We're not ready yet. And what happens if we do the wrong thing? So this program, this challenge is about taking action, going forward, and yeah, and see what happens. And right, back to screen share. So the intention. What's the intention of this thing? Why zero? I already covered it a little bit. My purpose is I want to live a life by design, as on my own terms, and I want to help men do that and help men live their purpose. And personal development. So where you could be at is personal development course may have helped you figure out your purpose and your mission or your ikigai, your purpose for being. Zero to launch is to help you turn that vision, that idea that you have into reality. So obstacles, right? So something that you really want to do, you want to live your purpose. Why haven't you done that yet? So here are some of the things I found after I actually pitched an idea. I actually pitched this program to a group of men, and I wanted to just do business coaching, and it was like the hard mechanics of starting a business. But what came through was people were saying, "Well, I don't know if I could." There was a lot of mindset blockers that stop men from starting a business. So some of the things you may encounter is the fear of failure. What happens if it doesn't work? And is it going to be? What happens if it doesn't work? What if I lose money? What if I lose time? What will happen? What would other people think of me? You may not feel you're good enough to start yet, so you go and do another course, get another certification, or just keep tinkering away at it. Maybe you have no products. You don't know what, we mentioned that before, just like me, don't have a product to launch, or you have too many options, right? We live in a world that is flooded with choices that itself presents another problem as well. So which one do you choose? Procrastination. Mañana, I can do that tomorrow. Today is just take it easy today. So Procrastination. Tomorrow never comes. Or you don't know what to do. You want to start a business, but you don't know what is the next step to take. So this zero to launch is designed to help you overcome all of that. And the outcome is that you will launch your first or your next product within 30 days. Are we in the right place? Are we all ready to launch something in the marketplace in the next 30 days? Put your hands if you are ready. Oh, come on, Tim. Yes, square. Chris. Bestie is busy looking at the notes. Yes. All right. So I want to ask you, what is the vision that you want to create? All right. So if you have done the work for day one of the challenge, I would invite you to share. You can share by coming off mute, or you can type into the chat your vision of what you want to create. Okay. So I'll share a little bit about my vision. My first business was in career coaching. That's actually born out of the pain of losing my job through a redundancy from what I thought was a safe engineering job in an energy company. I thought I was going to retire in that role. Unfortunately, I didn't. I got made redundant, even though I was a permanent employee, and it caught me by surprise. And when that happened, I felt fear of where I'm going to get my income from to provide for my family. I felt angry because I didn't think I should have been made redundant, and it was uncertainty, right? And fortunately, I was given some career coaching to help me find my next job. And when I went through it, I thought, wow. Well, I went through it. I haven't had to look for a job for 5 years because I was in a very stable job. And there were a few things that have changed in the job search market. LinkedIn came in, social media became a much more bigger, um, bigger, bigger player. And I didn't use social media at that time, and I wasn't very good at selling myself. And just that training made all the big difference in interviews. So at the end of it, I thought, wow, why don't everyone have this? Everyone should have this. And I believe that business should be able to employ people as they need, as per their business requirements. We need to have this flexible flow of labor from job to job as people build their careers and business change their needs. So I really believe that. But what is really stopping us from this free flow of labor? And I saw it's because one, people don't know how to look for jobs. Two, people get comfortable in jobs so they don't job search and they don't form the networks before they need it. And three, and people don't actually know what they want, or they don't believe the job they love is possible for them. I spent 20 years in the as an engineer, but I got really excited with the new digital technologies and AI. But I couldn't do that. I couldn't just walk into that job. So I the vision of the world I want to create is that everyone should be able to work in a job they love. Companies should be able to find people they need, motivated, and we should have that seamless match. So that is why I started my career coaching business, and that has evolved now. So I'm not really doing job search coaching anymore. I am now doing what I'm doing now. It's helping men start purpose-driven businesses. So that my vision has evolved from helping employees to now helping employees turn entrepreneurs. So that is my vision of the future. I had this vision of one of the question I asked in the first email is like, think bigger, right? we always limit ourselves, or that's not practical. That's going to cost too much money. Just imagine if you had $1 billion in your bank account right now, how would you use that to build that vision? And if I had $1 billion, I would actually buy over some of these big renewable energy projects, and I would use that as a way to train people, deliver training for people to be able to transition them from the old mining, coal, dirty industries into renewables. So anyway, that was one of the big vision that I had, and I would just go and buy all these different businesses and turn them into and deliver these training. So that's me. Who wants to share their vision? If you have one. I definitely know, Tim, you've done a great job. So go for it, Tim. Explain.
Yeah, well, yeah, I put it up in the chat there, and it's just, yeah, I want to build a family connective workshop. So just through, I guess, the way I was brought up, and I know a lot of people were brought up, it's generational trauma of not much emotion and not being seen, and yeah, and then going through life and having my own kids and not realizing, I was carrying on that generational trauma and ended up getting myself in a massive hole, and yeah, finally found my way out and thought, yeah, I don't want to continue this on, certainly for my kids, but yeah, I want to share that with the world, and yeah, build an environment where people can come and learn how to understand their kids, connect with their kids and each other, yeah, through understanding, communication, love, and fun.
Awesome. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Tim.
And then
Sounds
hopefully, yeah, I've got a plan on where I'm going to do this, but yeah, hopefully I can take it wherever I want to go.
Tell us that vision, right? You have $1 billion in the bank account. How would you use it, and what would you create?
I think I would still do what I'm doing and set it up the way I'm doing it because it's at my family shack in the Riverland, and I want to sort of get
Describe to
grounded.
us what is the end state?
The end state, I guess we could work with families one on one. They can fly us to wherever they are in the world. We can go and work with them one on one. We can set up retreats anywhere in the world. Basically, advertise we're going to be in this city on this time. Get people to sign up. Go there, do it, enjoy the city while we're there, and then yeah, move around the country and the world and delivering these workshops.
Sounds awesome. Thanks for sharing, Tim. Good work and fast action taker. I love it. Anyone else have a vision of what they want to build? Chris, Denny, go for it.
Um, I only just finished the sphere a few weeks ago. Sorry, the path a few weeks ago, and what came out of the path was creating a men's work sort of initiative. It's called the Aligned Man. I've already started to create lesson plans and a structure to it and that sort of thing. So as a part of this process, what I'm really keen to do is get a product out the door. I've got the framework for a number of products, ranging from 20-minute calls right up to multi-day retreats. So yeah, I'm keen to sort of, yeah, but I've hit a bit of a sort of a bit of a glass ceiling, I guess. So I'm keen to move through that and actually get something delivered because I think that will then start the flow. So I'll be able to move through once I'm actually delivering something.
Cool. I just want to point to that you describe a modality like a we could say a product which we will actually look at a little bit further on. But what is the vision? The retreats and the calls and the coaching program is a means to deliver what outcome?
So my so I have a, I guess, a mission statement for the business, if you could call it that, I suppose. Um, and that is to I'm just opening up the document. I haven't looked at it for a couple of weeks. But it's basically to hold it's to hold sacred space for men to evolve emotionally, spiritually, lean into their natural leadership. Um, um, and there's a few tiers to it. So sort of foundational work to do some energy work, breath work, and sort of get out of their head and into their body more. And then beyond that, as it's a sort of an evolution process. So as they go deeper, there's I plan to offer a whole lot of other things like field and bush skills, because not all men know how to make a fire without using copious amounts of fuel and stuff to get it started. So that sort of thing.
Why is this important?
Because it's something that I would have liked to have and um, I think socially, one of the things that I've sort of taken away from the men's work that I've done over the years is that, you know, um, I think men in general have kind of lost their way and just exist as opposed to have purpose, and don't function as men in relationship. They're very submissive and follow and don't know what's good or what's right or how they should be acting, or and very reactive in certain situations, like someone pulls out in front of you. So trying to center that so that one can have a much more purposeful life.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Chris. So you may be at different stages of your journey. Maybe you already have an idea, like Tim and Christine just shared, or maybe you don't have an idea, but you're working towards one. Regardless of where you are at in your journey, this program is for you. So if you have an idea, this program will help you flesh out the idea and build that first prototype, or or we call the minimum viable product, to get it to the market and deliver value. If you don't, I'm going to help you pick one, and we're going to do this by today's email was about who do you want to serve. So we'll pick that, and there is a process for choosing who you want to serve. And from that, we can pick a problem. So there's a process for that, whether you have an idea or you don't have an idea. Or if you want to sell other people's products, this is for you as well. So in the online business, what we're known as affiliate program. So you can sell other people's product for a commission. I will teach you how to wrap your own personal brand around it to be able to sell those products better. So, are we all in the right place? Did I cover everything? Cool. All right. So next, I just want to go a bit deeper into about the logistics of the program. So the program is made out of these components. You're going to get daily emails, challenges that will be delivered to your email. This is actually the newest evolution of Zero to Launch. The first two iterations we had just show up for a call, I deliver content, and I have a recording. And what I found was we're all busy, and with work and family and other life commitments. So not everybody could make it. So to address this, I have broken everything down into bite-sized manageable chunks delivered by email. So every day you'll get an email. There's a learning, and then there is an activity that you have to do. So yeah, let's see how that works. And this way you're not drinking from a fire hose and on one night, and you'll be able to catch up if you have missed a session as well. So it is designed to do on your own if you want to cater for the busy lives that we all have. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And supplementing this, we will have live coaching calls, which is what we're doing today. In the live coaching call, I'm not going to go through everything in the email, not everything in the content, but I'll provide a summary for the week. As you'll see, I'll share with you the Zero to Launch framework later on. We have 30 days together, around 4 weeks. So each of the 4 weeks will have a theme. So I'll do a summary. I'll do some activity, and then I will open it up for coaching. And this is where you can ask me questions. I will coach one or two of you on the concepts, but everybody can learn at the same time. And we can learn from each other. So you're not only just looking at my example, you can look at, I know all of you guys have different backgrounds. You guys are going to be starting different types of businesses. So we get we get the cross-pollination to learn from each other. Of course, you are now part of the private Facebook Messenger group chat. So this is where you can share your work. You can ask questions. You can ask questions to the other men on the call, or ask me, get feedback. This is for you. This is also for accountability as well. What I found, there's many type of business, coaching programs out there. The hardest thing to start a business is actually to do it, and you really have to commit and take action day after day, and it's so easy just to stop. This is where accountability, and we're doing it in a group, will make a difference, and it has made a difference for me. I'm also in the process of building a membership area, which is basically a website where you can log in, and all the content each day will be categorized, and you can just access it easily. So that is in progress. So you can watch the replays of these calls, and I'll put in additional resources as well. So once it's built, I will send you guys access where you can log in to the membership area. And finally, you can have access to a strategy call with me if you want to get more tailored coaching on your specific idea and your challenges. You can book in a call with me, and we can go through that. Sounds good? Any questions about what this challenge is about? Okay, let's move to the next part. So, what to expect? Sounds good, right? Launch your business in 30 days. So what can you expect to happen in 30 days? Well, the first thing is why would Zero to Launch work for you? I actually built Zero to Launch based on a model in a business coaching program that I joined in 2022. And when I did that challenge in 30 days, I actually built this thing. I was a career coach, and I was just stuck about what product I should do. I was yeah, I wasn't really, I was doing sort of half-assed. I was sort of doing things when people want me to coach them, but this program really got me focused and got me to build this coaching program. So it's get the job, find and get the career you love in 90 days. That is the promise, and that was the framework that I came up with. That was the offer. So I did it, and at the end of the challenge, I got 5 clients. Interesting story, because I was using the scripts from the business coaching program, and it was a woman, and for the first time, I got 5 clients, and they were all women. So, well, firstly, it works. The thing I will take you through, but there's also another warning. You really need to not copy the scripts word for word, because it has been designed to work for a certain kind of audience. And for me, I've never, I only up until then I only coached one woman ever, and suddenly I put out this offer with this messaging, and I have 5 women sign up for the course. So the second thing I did was when I first did this zero to launch, I didn't have a successful case study. I thought I should just do it again to make sure the zero to launch process work. So what I did was I took this book called No More Mr. Nice Guy, a book that has been transformative for me. And I just basically took this book and made a coaching program called How to Go from Nice Guy to Unstoppable in 30 Days. And all I did was go through chapter of the book, read it, and then do the activities at the end. I didn't think too much. I just make sure the guys got the book, and I provide accountability coaching session, and just go through. This is not my material. This is somebody else's material. And the offer was I had 3 spots. I was going to do it for free, and I had 7 people put up their hand that they want to do it. So what I do is that I ask for a commitment fee to make sure they have skin in the game. 3 guys did it, and at the end of the program, I made a pitch, and I had one guy pay me $2,000 to do 3 months coaching. So again, so this works. I had to go and do it myself to make sure it actually worked. So you could be saying, well, good for you, Wei. You're a very experienced business coach and online. You know, you of course it worked for you, but probably does it work for me? So Slade went through this both iteration of the zero to launch, and at the end of the last one, we helped him launch the Profit Brand 21-day challenge. The problem, myself and a lot of men and a lot of people when they go into online world is that they don't have visibility, they're not well known, they don't have authority. Slade has been doing a lot of content for the Primal Man project, and he's, in 2 years, 3 years, he's gotten very good at it. And this is the offer that he came up with. Another person that's gone through this program is Wade, and Wade's thing was he wanted to start something in cybersecurity. He went through zero to launch. So Wade was part of a cybersecurity. I think they call it like a Discord channel. It's like a group. It's like a group. They get together. They do white hat hacking, and people would look at a hack happening, and or they would go and hack a organization's IT security system, and they would watch it happening, and then the coach would explain what is happening. So he was really into cybersecurity. He wanted to make a career switch from project management to cybersecurity, but he didn't know how to make an offer. So he went through it. He also went through the Profit Brand Challenge. So for him, it was, you can see there, a Facebook post on the bottom right-hand side, him doing the Profit Brand Challenge. And, at the end of the program, he didn't make he didn't have an offer. But what I heard from him about 2 months later, he kept it quiet as well. He actually approached someone that he knew, someone in his network who owns an accounting practice, and he made a pitch of cybersecurity services. And this ended up being a $8,000 contract for him, which was his first sales online. I was so happy for him. And yeah, so the skills that he taught, it may not happen right away, may not happen in 30 days, but he managed to pull together a offer from what he learned from zero to launch. So whether it's work for you, well, I can have seen it working for other people, and I've worked it for myself. I worked it for people that work with me, and there are some people who it didn't work for. So which is why I've constantly refined this program. But hey, let's give it a crack. I'm here for you, and if you stick with me for the next 30 days, you play all out. I will do whatever I can in my power to help you launch an offer in 30 days. Okay, and I will go beyond what is the standard offering, and I'll do whatever it takes to help you get something out there, because I truly believe that getting this self-belief and actually launching something and then make my first dollar online has really changed my life. It's fired me up on my purpose, and it's, even though I'm not doing this full time yet, I can see the path to be able to do this full time. And I know that this, where I want to get to with freedom and being able to have abundance and being able to make impact on people in the community and around the world, learning how to take your vision and turning it into a business gives you so much power. And I would say power is a bigger one, and influence, and having this mindset to go after making it happen. So I want this for everyone, and I wish I had this earlier in my career, but hey, here we are. So does that sound good? You're going to stick with me for the next 30 days? We're going to play all out? Awesome. The biggest mistake is people get shiny object syndrome. Yeah, I've been I've been in there myself. All I say is just stick with it for the next 30 days with the emails, do the activities. If you get stuck, call out. Okay. So I want to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes when it comes to launching a product into the marketplace and when you starting a business. The first one is falling in love with your product. I picked this up, Chris, Denny, when you talked about, say, share with me what you want to create, and you mentioned, it's the coaching program, it's the course, and it's the retreats, and you see this happening everywhere, right? I mean, it's only natural. You created this product, and of course you love it, or you've taken a course, you had an experience somewhere, and whether for us who've gone through the men's retreat and whether it's breath work or whether it's going to the gym or whatever, right? It's this thing. The problem with falling in love with your product is people don't care about your product. They only care about their problem and what it can do for them. So you should not fall in love with your product. When you fall in love with your product, you become this strange person. People are just geeking out on this thing, but it's great you have passion, but you are not connecting with your target audience or your target client, because unless you make that connection with their problem, their pain, they don't care. Okay. So mistake number one, falling in love with your product. Mistake number two is you're trying to sell to everyone. One of the things that is counterintuitive, but you want to be able to everybody says niche down, figure out who your target customer and just talk to that one person. The natural instinct is, oh my God, you are excluding people you're not going to sell to. What if people hate me? What if people, we want to, please people. This, people pleasing behavior that we've been conditioned to be. So the problem is when you try to sell to everyone, you end up having to keep your message pretty general. You keep your solution pretty broad, and you end up selling to no one. You end up sounding like everybody else out there selling the same thing, and you cannot stand out from the noise. And mistake number three is waiting until it's perfect. Of course, we don't want to take rubbish and put it and promote it to our customers, right? So what we do is we go into the room and we just keep tinkering in it, tinkering, and until it's perfect. The problem with that is when you do that, you don't actually get any feedback on what you're building, or what you're even building is people want, does actually solve a real problem. So what should you do instead? Instead of falling in love with your product, you should fall in love with the people that you're trying to serve. You should fall in love with their problems. You should fall in love with trying to solve their problems, and you should obsess about helping to deliver the promise. Instead of falling in love with the product, fall in love with the people you are serving and helping them to deliver a result. Mistake number two, trying to sell to everyone. You should build tailored solution for that one person. You should understand that one person really, really well and serve them really, really well. When you do that, that one person gets delighted with what you've provided, because if all he or she's been getting is just general products that may not meet all their needs. But when you build a tailored solution, you delight them. And what is counterintuitive is that if there's one person like that, there's probably more like that. And the key is to find more and more of that one person. Waiting until it's perfect. What you should do instead, you should sell first. Build after you get paid. This is counterintuitive as well, right? For me, when I first heard this, it's like, it just feels kind of wrong. You're selling something you don't have. Can you actually do that? The answer is yes, you can. Why you want to sell first is the only thing that matters. You can measure so many things in business. The only thing that matters is whether you get paid for what you are selling. And when you sell first and you get paid, that's validation that somebody's prepared to exchange their money for your services or your product. Business is an exchange of value, and because they're paying you, there is an exchange of value, and you don't need to guess whether it's whether they want it or not, because they've already paid you. And then you go and build the thing that they want you to, that they paid you for. That way, you know that when you launch, it's not going to be crickets and silence. When you launch, it is a product that is in demand because somebody else has paid for you already. Does anybody have any questions about that? I know some of them is a bit controversial. Yep, all good.
Yeah, Wei, I'll just build a tailored solution for one person. I get the concept, but when you're selling to many, you've tailored it for one person. When you say one person, you're meaning one group of people?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's about getting very specific about who you sell to.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
All right. Yeah, like in your case, all right, you are selling to you're selling helping parents to connect with their children. So your target market on a very broad scale, it could be all parents. Right? But when you do that, it's a hit or miss whether you communicate in a way that people get you. But if you say, okay, I know we talked about this. Should you be selling to women? The way you speak to women is different than you speak to men. Right. When you try, further niche down a little bit, would you target, for example, families who have going through divorce, for example, going through separation, or do you go with someone with special needs, or do you go with, there are different ways to get more specific who you sell to. But as you can see, as you niche down, when you target certain people, now you can their needs and the tailored solution becomes more apparent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I'm guessing you bring those targets in based on what your skill set is and what you can provide.
Yep, that's right. By providing those tailored solutions, you're going to stand out for the crowd. And let's just say you talk to women who are going through divorce, not kids of all ages, but teenagers. Now you can zero in on a specific pain that the target audience have. And when you talk about specific examples, when you share specific stories, then that resonates with them, and they say, Tim's talking to me. I need to check him out. Cool. It is counterintuitive. Of course, you don't want to get too niche. You only have one person, but usually, you can work with that. I think it's better to go for a tailored solution first, especially when you get started. And as you get more, as your business grow, then you can go broader. And just because you talk to a very specific audience doesn't mean the others don't get you either. You will end up turning away certain type of people, which is good, because you may not want to deal with a certain group of people, or they could be better served by other people, other providers. But you want to get good. You want to get known for one thing, the go-to person for that specialized skills. And these things I have incorporated into Zero to Launch. So this is roughly the framework. It is a cycle. You can start anywhere, but we're going to start at decide. It goes decide, then you build your first product. You attract customers to there. You turn those people who are interested into sales. Then you deliver your product or your service, and then you do a review, and then you start again, and then you decide what the next iteration is going to be, and you build. And this is the framework of Zero to Launch. I've added a few things since the last one. Yeah, this Zero to Launch is actually embodying the whole philosophy. It is evolving, and I am, as I said before, this is the third time I've done it, and I'll just keep doing it. The fallacy is you can get a perfect product out there the first time launch, and people will buy. Right? It is not to say it doesn't happen, but to ensure that it happens for you, you do it through iteration. The key thing is to take action and put a product in front of your target audience or client, and get that feedback. If they say yes, great, you got something, move forward. If they say no, it's equally as valuable, because you have gone through the process of coming up with a product to solve a particular problem. If that person has a problem, but they didn't buy, you can ask them, the most valuable question you can ask them is, what would make this a yes for you? What would I need to include in this to make this a yes? And that conversation itself will help you build your product. So over the next 30 days, we'll go through the different parts of this framework. So I am still building. I have an initial plan, so we'll see how it goes. But tentatively, the first week is going to be on deciding what is your vision, who are you trying to solve, who are you trying to serve, what problem are you solving, and how are you going to do it. So this is the decide phase. In the second week, we're going to build a minimum viable product. What is something that you can build very quickly and put it in front of your target client and see if they buy. So that's the build phase. And then, so I'll probably spend a second week doing build. The third week will be is to find the customers, find the clients. The attract phase is also known as lead generation. Where do you find potential leads or targets, where your target clients are hanging out? How do you share content in front of them to get them to take the next step to to contact you. And then once they contact you, how do you turn that interest into sales in an authentic way that doesn't make you salesy or sleazy? I will share with you. This attract and convert process is the exact one that I used for my launches as the career coach, and also that nice guy coaching. And then you get to deliver. You get to fulfill your product and your service, and I will give you a framework for doing that. But most of the time, this will be your special sauce, your IP of how you deliver your product and service to get the results. But if you unsure, I can give you some guidance. That's right. I lost my train of thought there before about build. So just coming back to build, I know you guys could be skeptical and saying, "Oh, well, how can I build something so quickly and deliver for people?" I actually have a perfect product and offer that you can quickly put your IP into it, and and you can put it together. And the key here is a minimum viable product. You want to build just enough, what you're going to. You're actually not going to build out everything, but you need to do the work to ensure you have an offer that you can present to your audience. Actually, most of the building will be just in time as you are delivering it to your clients, just like I'm doing on this challenge. Just in time production. And when we finish, there'll be a review phase, just to look at how did your product perform in the marketplace? Did you deliver value? Yes, no, why not? And coming up with what went well, what didn't go well, what are the changes you need to make for the next iteration? Any questions about this zero to launch framework? Sounds good. Week 1, decide. Week 2, build. Week 3.5 would be attract and convert, and then the final week and a bit. Final week will be deliver and review. I have listed out each 30 days what you're going to be doing on each. So yeah, great. So this is the zero to launch framework, and we'll be going through that. You'll be getting the emails on these topics. The email with the topics and the activity. All right, so you got the onboarding email about what you can do to get ready. I'll just go through it again to make sure you do have it. So whenever I do a course, I always set up a Google Drive. I use Google. You may use something else, Microsoft OneDrive or something else, Dropbox. But set up a workspace to drop all the outputs. You're going to be generating a lot of outputs from this challenge. Don't let it get to waste. Put it in an organized place. Why I also say Google Drive as well is, I'll get to that in a little bit. The next one is you need to have a Facebook account or other social media account, whichever one you want to use to get to reach your potential clients. Facebook is the biggest social media platform, so I use that. I'm old school. LinkedIn is another one if you're into business, but I still have a job, so I got in trouble one time for posting things on LinkedIn, and violation of social media policy. So I don't post on LinkedIn anymore. So I do everything on Facebook. So Instagram's another one that you can choose. You need this for you to have a home as you it achieves two things. It's a home, so people know where to find you. You don't these social media accounts are free. You don't need to build a website. You don't need any of those things just yet. Having a Facebook account, you can connect with people very easily, and you can have, it's basically a free advertising channel. You don't need to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go on an infomercial on TV. Social media, you can reach people for free. So yeah. Oh yeah. So just the first one. Do everyone has a Google Drive set up for this challenge? Yeah. Everybody? Yes. Okay. Cool. Bestie, you know how to set one up? Or you can use a notebook as well. So I work.
Yeah, already got mine.
You already got yours? Cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Everyone got a Facebook account, or who's going to use Facebook? I'm using Facebook. Who's going to use Instagram? Yep, Chris, Denny. What else is the other people going to use? LinkedIn? No. Okay. As long as you have one social media platform. Now, we're in the age of AI, so we're going to be using AI to increase our productivity, and this is the new addition to Zero to Launch as well. I've been using ChatGPT extensively to build this next iteration. So, but I still believe the initial part should be human, and should take the first step and making sure their ideas are yours and all of that. But ChatGPT is just amazing what you can do. So we'll be incorporating that into this challenge. So does everyone have access to ChatGPT? Have created an account? Yeah. Bestie? You got one? Okay, cool. Yeah, the other thing with Google Drive, why I say to have something in there is that you can actually ask ChatGPT to look at everything in that Google Drive, and they'll take it in as data. So yeah, powerful. I've used that as well. I pretty much put all the Zero to Launch from the last two into here, all the work that I've done in the past into there, and ask them to, content creation or help me write messages or posts or help me write the funnel is from there. Yes, and it will be quite a bit of work. Something not too much each day, but you need to do this consistently. So block out 30 minutes each day. Have we blocked out in our calendar 30 minutes each day to do this work? Preferably same time every day. Yeah, who's done that? No. Be honest. No. Okay. You're all adults. So pick a time, and the emails will come out 7 a.m. each day. So from 7 a.m. you'll be able to have it. Look, at the same time, this is designed to do it yourself as well. So feel free to go. Obviously, I want you guys to keep up and go fast. But yeah, if you fall behind with life happens. All good. So, reach the any questions? I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about this challenge, about starting a business, anything. What's on your mind? Tim, go for it.
So I'm pretty confident in being able to deliver my product. What is holding me back is putting myself out on social media, doing something completely different to what anyone knows that I've ever done.
Yep, common fear. I still suffer from that as well. Even Slade, he's been at this game for the last 3, 4 years. Still have a bit of imposter syndrome as well. It will never go away. Right? I'm sad to tell you. But we do it in spite of. What I can assure you is that social media is very noisy. The chance of people seeing you, um, yeah, it's very low. The worst thing you can do when you put content out there is crickets. No one respond to you. I've adopted, hey, any sort of respond is a good thing, good or bad. It's all feeding the algorithm, and chances are in a few days people will have forgotten. They'll be scrolling on something else. So it is totally everything to do with you. Most of the other people most likely not even see it. So that's one way I use to change my mindset. The other thing is, would I let other people judgment of me hold me back from my dreams, my vision of what I want to create, or the people that I'm going to impact, or the people you're going to impact, Tim? The fear of other people's judgment, is it worth more than the lives you're going to change, the marriages you're going to save, the lives of the kids and teenagers?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Fuck it, let's do it. Yes. And just like everything, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Um, yeah, like I'm an engineer. I introvert, prefer to, blend in the background. Going on social media, that was like my worst nightmare. And now, fuck it. Hope that helps. And the good thing is we do it together. We do it together in this community, in this group. And if you don't feel comfortable to do it to the world, do it in the chat group. We're here to support you. We're here to support each other. And the more reps we do, the easier it's going to get. Let's do it. Let's do it. Any other questions? Hey, Square, I'm gonna hear from you, man. How you doing?
Good man, I'm good. Kia ora tātou. Nice to meet you all. My
Square's
name
from
is
New Zealand.
Square. I'm based in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm good. Just listening in. Yeah, observing, listening.
Any thoughts? I know you've been planning to launch into a new consultancy service for the arts and music industry. Any
Yeah, the interesting thing is with your provocation of it being $1 billion in the bank account, all of a sudden the ideas that I've been thinking about all seem really small
yeah,
and really not insignificant, but just not big, hairy, audacious goals, you know? So it was a good provocation to try and think a little bigger. Um, yeah. Hopefully over the next 29 days, I'll get to learn more about you guys too, Chris, Tim, and Slade, and Bestie as well. Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to have you here. And Slade, returning, been showing up to Order Zero to launch. How are you going, bro?
Yeah, going well, bro. Nice to meet you, everyone. I currently am based in Perth. I've been in and out of the primal community for 4 years, something like that. This year I've moved over to Perth to pursue a FIFO, and that's part of the mission, the purpose, the goals, all the things. Um, so as you guys saw, I did a little 21-day private brand challenge and used to do all of Primal's content creation, videography, retreats, management, all the pretty stuff that you would have seen over the years. And had my own consulting and mindset coaching little business. So I've danced around the field a little bit. But at this point in time, I want to chase some big walls and get into consulting within FIFO itself. So the dream is to get into government contracts and chase the marlins, the big fish. There's a massive decline in mental health within FIFO, and we've all got our demons, and I've been at the point where alcohol and drugs and substance and self-harm was my only way to feel something other than the pain within my mind.
Mm.
So gained a fair amount of tools and strategies on how we can be better people for ourselves, for the world, and probably spent 20 to 40 grand on self-development. So giving that back
Yep.
in the corporate world for not just groups of people, but more so industries. That's the dream. So it's good to be back and there's a bit of a relaunch going on. The inner work is great, but to turn it into action and what Way provides here is perfect to kickstart that.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to see what you're going to launch, and this is why I do this, and learning is one thing, and then you take it to the next level. When you have to teach it, you learn it. You learn it, right? You have to make sure you learn it, and you're able to impact more people. And just go back to Square as well. That $1 billion. It's just money. Is just a number. What ultimately matters is the value that you provide. If you provide massive value, then the money is gonna find you, right? And having that mindset of removing all the constraints. Just imagine you have $1 billion in your bank. Just get you to start thinking bigger, and it costs nothing to think bigger, right? It's equally the same to think small versus thinking big. So might as well go big, and and have that audacity to solve the big problems, and in the process creating that abundance and impact and freedom for ourselves. So we're gonna wrap up now. So in terms of next steps, so you're gonna continue getting these daily email challenges. So I think you guys are all getting them. So if you don't, let me know or check your spam. Yeah, and like I said before, just block out the time and just get it done. I have designed it to be, manageable. It's not so big, but you do need to take action. And when you do, share your work in the group chat, and you all met each other now, and yeah, just learn from each other, find out what each other offer, feedback, and cheer each other on. And of course, we're going to have this live coaching calls every Tuesday for next 4 Tuesdays. And like I said before, I'm going to summarize the content for the week for all that theme, and we'll get some shares. I'll do some coaching, and to really help everyone to get the activity done and to get that breakthrough, to be able to take the next step towards a launch. Yeah, and anytime you can book in a strategy call, and I can help you go faster. So that's all I have for today. The kickoff for Zero to Launch 3.0. Really great to see you guys. I'll hang around for the next 5-10 minutes. So feel free, if you have to go, feel free to go. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just hang around and have a bit of a jam. Have a good night. Thank you for showing up.
See you, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, bro. Nicely done,
Hey.
man.
Thanks.